cat does occasionally wave. Speaking of cat, hello Fluff. Hey little Fluffy. Hey little Fluffy. For those who are listening carefully, you'll hear a cat purring. Here, have a listen. That's right. Ain't you happy to be out in the snow? Anyway, welcome. This isn't a regular stream I do. There's no gaming involved. I'm just writing something, so you get to see me writing. It's not something I like to show off because I don't like showing off my writing, but there you go. So let's get straight into it.
Gentlemen, you are being sent in.
Oh, thank you for the
None of us have...
Woo.
woo. 744 cheers. Let's get some music going on, some writing. Oh god, you can't see that. Let me just change that. How do I change the filter? Appearance needs to be... notifications, filters... bots. It's the wrong colour. Always on top. That's the wrong colour. How do I change the colour of it? Oh, Butte, thank you for the subscription! Like the heart of the sun with infinite glee, it's going to be me that slaughters your world. How do I... You change the message size, the nicknames, the timestamp. This is bad. Can I not change the colour of the message? Well, like I say, I'm actually doing a writing stream, so you can watch it if you want to just listen to me. We are currently writing The Dawn Fog, the newest instalment of the series I've never written. In a world that does not exist. In a place that has a cat being fluffy. Well, you're so fluffy. You're so fluffy. Blah, 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 blah. Not sure what to do about the whole can't be seen in the corner, but there you go. You'll be able to see yourselves typing, I guess. You won't be able to see what you're typing, but there you are. But yeah, welcome to me doing a bit of writing. Been working on this a little bit. How are you, Redtone? How are you, Myrtles? How are you, Valk? How are you, Butte? So I've already started writing a bit. Don't know how to change the writing to get to be visible, but I guess we'll have to go along with it. Show viewer counter, showing taskbar, opacity. There's no way to change the colour. Send it over Discord. You really can't see that, can you? It's very weird. We'll see, we'll see. It's not something I generally send over. Even me just showing it now is weird. I'm not used to doing something like this. That's why it's a creative. Let's get into it. You might hear too much talking from me. I'm just trying to write. So if you ask questions, ask them away and I'll just try and reply. Otherwise it's going to be me being casual with my cat who appeared out of nowhere. That's right, you appeared out of nowhere. We'll see how things go. So things will be going fine. Strome thought to himself he found the driver's machine. Things always went fine at first until he left us safe to the Great Wards. I don't know, I don't like that one. Because would he be in the Great Wards? Would he be fine? Just putting ether from the air into the system. And only watch the global force ejection crystal. I guess that's okay. Let's change the music up. Epic Volume 2 is not working for me. Let's go... this one. There we go. Let's epic it up. No sleepy. Lights winked on overhead as he powered up the engine, the Ethereum reactor humming to life. Look out at the hatch had yet to give a warning, so he carried on activating the war machine. Activating twice. Ugh. Hate that. Displays blurred before showing the world ahead, grey and lifeless in the dawn. He could vaguely make out the hunched... Oh, what's up, Butte? What's wrong? He could vaguely make out the hunched shapes of the rest of the team nearby, hunkered down where they could to avoid detection. Only the light blue glow under their helmets gave them away. What a grinding noise of armor moving. I don't know, I'm not happy with this. Now, imagine not only 2 people will be watching, I don't really care, it's me writing. People don't watch, people don't watch. Typing Thursdays, why not? His spotter's heavy backpack crunched into the hatch as he moved. His spotter's... There goes me spoon, now I can't eat me yoghurt. I can't eat my yogurt, I've lost my spoon. His spotter's heavy backpack crunches the hatch as he moved. I don't know. His spotter's heavy backpack crunches the hatch as he moved to get a better look. The sound echoing heavy in the almost silence. Would there really be an almost silence? No, I don't think there'd be an almost silence. He caught his breath, hoping that nothing had heard. But it was in vain as a guttural howl came from somewhere within the ruins. Get that man a spoon. It got louder and louder. It grew louder and louder. More voices joining in as the ground began vibrating. Health, you alright, Butte? Something up? Oh, fluffy, 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 fluffy. He kept checking Strom. Kept checking the gauges, hoping the power would build and he could rise. And the night could rise. The energy burst had caught them completely by surprise, shutting down everything just after they had left the ruined village. Shutting down everything just after they passed the ruined village. They had little time until the inevitable attack. No one left that kind of power around a trap without jaws. Someone fired a flare. Not waiting to... Someone fired a flare, apparently not waiting to see... Someone fired a flare, apparently not waiting to see... Apparently not wanting to wait and see what was upon them. Someone fired a flare, apparently not wanting to wait and see what was upon them. The mana burst. The mana burst lit up the sky, pushing back the fog, immediately revealing thousands of the dead pouring out of doorways and through the remnants of the streets. He jerked the gauntlet. The knight's arm coming up. Bladed staff cutting one of the creatures in two before spearing another through the chest. Up and down the lines, guardsmen frantically fought off the undead, while the other knights activated. The humanoid machines rose. Strom jerked the gauntlet, the knight's arm coming up. Bladed staff cutting one of the creatures in two before spearing another through the chest. Up and down the lines, the guardsmen frantically fought off the undead while the other knights activated. The humanoid machines rose. Oh, hey there, Dirt410. Welcome to the stream and me doing random voice things, I guess. How are ya? How's your week been? How's your Christmas been? Don't abandon me, Fluff. I'll kill you.
So exciting, I'm gonna get my bits out.
Butte. I hope you're okay. And Redstone, you little bugger. Thank you for the bits. I'll use them to rub all over me. How are you enjoying this? What's it doing? Strom jerked a gauntlet, the knight's arm coming up. Up and down the line, guardsmen frantically fought off the undead while the other knights activated. The humanoid machines rose. The humanoid machines rose. Staffs. Scything down the enemy. Hello there, Asdedoxt. Welcome to a stream. How are you? Heaving cough. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Hopefully not. It's not an infection and you can clear it quickly. Flashes of purple as magic flared into existence. Purple flashed as magic flared into existence. Energy swirling and striking. Purple flashed as magic flared into existence. Energy swirling and striking. Soldiers pulled it from the air. Pulled the ether from the air. The mana from the air. Expelling it outwards. As fire and ice. Pretty good. Pretty great. I'm better now that I see your stream. Oh, what's the story about? The story is about a world perpetually covered in fog, where the dead rise. And magic holds sway instead of science fiction. So everything is powered by magic instead of the science of mankind. And they're trying to retake the world. I've took some medicine once my chest cracked in half. I shouldn't die for another few days. I'm glad you get to live a little bit longer. You might survive to see the new year. That's always the sign of things. Glad you're enjoying it. I might even be able to finish this damn story off at some point in my life, as opposed to the other several I've never finished. Still a better love story than Twilight. Red Tone, sod off. Purple flashed as magic flared into existence, energy swirling and striking. Soldiers pulled the mana from the air, expelling it outwards as fire and ice. Others channeled it from their packs, through their halberds. Others channeled it from their packs, through their halberds. Firing beams of light to pierce the dead while they charged. Yet an eternal fog covers the world except for the highest hills and mountains. Mainly close range, mostly. Mostly close range unless flares are fired into the sky to burn the fog back. It's hard building up a world, I'll be brutally honest. I hear that, in the middle of a story myself. I'll take a quick break and check out Twitch. Oh, good to hear it, man. What's my cat doing? Oh, good girl. But I thought I'd actually start right. I wish I could change the colour of that so I could actually see it on the screen. It's annoying. But yeah, I thought I'd start writing a bit more in public. Maybe it'd encourage me to write a bit more. Just started and all that. So we'll see how it goes. Deadly melee of doom, yes. Atomic swords, no. Power is flowing through them, no. Also, if you hear a noise in the background, ignore that. That is nothing to worry about. Let's check. Now we have to move right over there. And carry on. Typical, I can hear them whining even now. Okay, let's carry on. What are they doing? I don't know about the sword against sword part now. It should be about the same on YouTube or Twitch, to be honest. You should be okay, whichever one you look at. Just for the writing you can't see, because I can't turn it into a darker colour. So you can't, yeah. Appearance, window on top, transparency, show viewer counter. Yeah, it's just not, can't change that part. Sword against sword as melee was engaged. I don't know. Some drew swords. I don't know. Some drew swords against sword. Let's turn this sound down a bit more. Some drew swords against sword as melee was engaged. Some drew swords as melee was fully engaged. You have me on Steam if you want to, and I do indeed play War for the Overworld. I haven't played it as much as I used to, but there you go. Oh, a little fluff. What was I doing? Some drew swords as melee was engaged. Some drew their short swords as melee was engaged. I don't know. Purple rage-filled eyes. glared as the creatures poured forward, swarming the infantry. Sheer numbers. Yeah, I know. Certain things change. I'm trying to get more flowing. Some drew their short swords when I was engaged. Purple Rageful's eyes glared. There's only one side with swords. That's why I'm trying to change it. Now I mentioned backpacks twice now. Both mentioned packs and halberds. Oh my god. Some drew their short swords melee was engaged. Purple rose through his eyes and glared as the creatures poured forward, swarming the infantry. Their heavier halberds swung clean through them. Bright with power as the packs... The backpacks... carried on poured? As the backpacks poured ambient mana to their blades? Some drew their short swords as melee was engaged. Purple Rageful's eyes glared as the creatures poured forward, swarming the infantry. The heavy halberds swung clean through them. Bright with power, the backpacks poured. Yeah, I think so. Bright with power to the ambient mana. Yeah, there we go. Some drew their short swords as melee was engaged. Purple Rachel's eyes glared as the creatures poured forward, swarming the infantry. The heavier halberd swung clean through them, bright with power as the ambient mana poured into their blades. Okay, that works. Sometimes crowdsourcing is the way to go forwards. Other times, got to stay on my own. I don't know. It's hard to say, really. You start writing, you get into a rut. The dead died again. But their bodies would not stay that way if they couldn't burn them to ash. There would be no chance of that, Strom thought as he slowly pulled back. The horde was overwhelming them. The noise of battle would attract far darker creatures. They needed to retreat to better ground. Or better yet, needed to get to the skiffs. And leave this area behind. Okay, I like that one. That's okay. For now, anyway. The next section is going to be a nightmare to write. No, I know that. I'll actually do world building. They kept coming. The numbers piling up and forcing the soldiers to go short swords. I said short swords there. I've already mentioned short swords earlier. They kept coming, the numbers piling up and forcing the soldiers. And in their heavier gear. The men did not tire. The dead did not tire, but the men did. Hello there, Solar Star-Lord. Welcome to the stream. How are you? How's your Christmas been? I don't know. They kept coming, the numbers piling up. Oh. Oh, mostly okay, mostly okay. And if you don't, hopefully you've had a good week or so. A lot of people seem to be ill this time of year, I've noticed, no matter what they're celebrating or not. The flu and the colds are everywhere. Useless people up there. They need to do their jobs better. They kept coming, numbers piling up in the dead, forcing to abandon their heavier gear. Strom aimed his knight's arm. Strom's gauntlet moved. It's good to hear that you're reading. Not that many people read this day and age. It's a bit of a shame. Are you enjoying reading lately? Or are you finding it a little bit... yeah. It's not for everyone, I understand that. They kept coming, the numbers piling up and forcing the soldiers to abandon their heavier gear. The dead did not tire, but the men did. Strom's gauntlet moved, aiming his knight's arm and fired off a stream of power. Lightning and ice shattering the creatures and allowing a brief respite. He glanced to the side, seeing the other two knights also laying down, a withering barrage of fire. That's understandable. That's completely understandable. I'll be honest, my imagination's pretty good. When I read a book, I feel like I've just watched a film. So for me, it's very easy to get into them, but yeah. It's not for everyone. Minutes. Useless. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yes! Sorry about that. People in the house. They kept coming, the numbers piling up and forcing the soldiers to abandon their heavier gear. The dead did not tire, but the men did. Strom's gauntlet moved, aiming his knight's arm and fired off a stream of power, lightning and ice shattering the creatures and allowing an extremely brief respite. He glanced to the side, seeing the other two knights also laying down, a withering barrage of fire. Ah, it's not good. I understand that completely. I've had that issue where, am I saying too much? Am I not saying enough? It's a very difficult balance to fall down on, which is why I'm trying to see what I can do with this, but yeah. We'll see how it goes. The flare winked out. Fog pouring back into the battle zone. I'm saying briefly too much. Yeah, there's lots of different authors out there, different writing styles. You've got to find the one which matches you. Because there's certain authors I can't read, but there's others I absolutely enjoy. I'm saying brief way too much. Glows and... let's just get rid of briefly entirely there. Glows and flashes showed soldiers running. Darker shapes tearing at them. A knight suddenly exploded. The fire. illuminating something massive standing behind it. Ooh, that's pretty good. Enjoying it a lot? Strome barely managed to pull his staff up as a bony arm the size of a tree smashed into him. His weapon was flung away, as was part of his arm. Frantically he pointed and fired at the shape's centre. Lightning briefly. Briefly? Why am I using the word briefly every like 10 words? Lightning pushing it back before it struck again. Oh, that guy's already gone. It's a shame. The blow before it struck him again. The blow hammered the chest. Denting it and cracking the monitors inside. Another blow smashed Strome into the ground. A third. Pulling the front armour off. Stunned. He pulled his arms from the gauntlets, grabbing the racked swords and pulling himself out the top hatch. As his head crested the lip, it flung away the force also, so we have now. With a force. Could be, yeah, his weapon was flung away with a force. That might work actually. His weapon. Actually, there's an easy way of changing that. His weapon was torn away. I'm always open to advice. I won't always take the advice, depending if I've got something else in mind. I'll be honest, but I'll always accept advice. But yeah, I'm never going to say no to that, but I'm always going to take advice. Just never, you know. Because people have different opinions and views. You might see something which works so much more better than I can think of. Bit rambly, but there you go. His weapon was torn away. His weapon was flung away with a force of. His weapon, can't say pulled from his grasp because his arm was pulled away. His weapon was torn away. We'll go with that for now. The blow hammered his chest, denting it and cracking the monitors inside. Another blow smashed Strome into the ground. A third pulling the front armour off. Stunned, he pulled twice down a row. I'll deal with that later. As his head crested the lip, he saw the arms swinging once more, straight down onto him. Into him? Onto him. Onto him works. Strome, 7:03 AF, the Twilight Marsh. Sker, 7:05 AF, the City of Latharis. I wish it would show the writing on the actual stream. No, I'm perfectly okay with that. If you're getting involved, it means you're enjoying yourself. "7:05 AF, 2 years later." Maybe you should make it the same year. 2 years later, same year? It doesn't matter for now, I can change that another time. Need to change the name at some point. Sker sighed as he leaned over the edge, watching the fog swirl and eddy below. Just visible was the faint glow of the Great Ward, just past the lower towers. He wanted to know what was down there. Not only the sentinels, and I can't use the word sentinels. I'm using it as a weapon system. where only the guards and the scavengers saw and what they remained tight-lipped about. No one he knew wanted to join their ranks. No one in class wanted to join their ranks. Most wanted to join the crews of the skyships and journey to the other cities, or become part of the city's council. No one wanted to explore the old world. Not sure what to do with that bit actually at the moment. We'll come back to that. Welcome to my internal monologue as I change things and go through it. I told you it'd be over here, brooding, joked Cat from behind. I bet you a lot of the class are thinking about the gate trip tomorrow. I can't mention class twice, so I want to change that first bit to class. So Redtone, what you're saying is subscribers should get a full copy of a book I'm writing. Maybe. Maybe actually. It's definitely going to become a recurring thing, me writing. I bet you a lot of the others are thinking about that gate trip tomorrow. Hell, it has me worried. I don't want to go anywhere near the fog, Nick replied. I want to spend my entire life out of sight of it if possible. But would he though? He's joining the Sky Cruise. That's what he wants to do. He'd never be out of sight of the fog. It's all he'd see. There we go. As far away from it as possible. That works. Sker turned, seeing his two best friends heading towards him down the path. He had known them since childhood and they rarely came to the outskirts. Barely anyone did, except the curious and the guards making their rounds. Most people loved to forget what lay further down the hill. I'm not worried about the trip. They wouldn't make us go if they thought it was dangerous. It's not like the gate and the road beyond aren't well guarded. Even the scavs talk about safe that areas, and they barely talk about anything. Sker said, wishing. Wishing what? What does he wish? What does Sker wish for? I don't know. What would Sker wish for? What would Sker wish for? I'm not worried about the trip. They wouldn't make us go if they thought it was dangerous. It's not like the gate and the road beyond aren't well guarded. Even the scouts talk about safe areas, and they barely talk about anything, Sker said, wishing. Wishing what? Wishing they were going further? Ah. Couple of these now. Oh my god. The scouts also boast about how they were this close to the haul of a lifetime if we catch them in the taverns. Personally, they can keep the dark and the danger. I just want the skies and the tales of foreign lands. Nick put his arm around Sker, pulling him down the path. Pulling him from the ledge towards the path. Oh yeah, Angela, are you still watching? You haven't read this next section, have you? Faith. You haven't seen the Faith section yet. Wishes for that ass. They chatted about his ambition to be a sky captain headed back into the city. And Nick's father ran a small trade fleet, providing metals for the foundries that forged Atharis' weapons and armour. Sideways glance. He wanted to be on the next route. He wanted to be on the next route. He wanted to open next year. He wanted to be on the next route to open. He wanted to be on the next route to open next cycle. A stepping stone for his ambitions. Kat listened eagerly. She wanted to join the Engineers Guild and build the next generation of Ethereum engines. Working for Nick's dad was the best way to get her hands on one and learn the ins and outs. From the masters, from a master. Burley, how are you doing? Comment a stats to you too. Welcome to me writing things. How are you, man? It's been a while, Burley. How's your Christmas been? How has everything been? Are you alive or are you dead? The noises and the smells of the city flowed around them. Screen cat. The cat occasionally says hello and then does nothing else. I need to program it better. Welcome to me writing. How have you been, buddy? It's been a while. It's been a while. Good Christmas, but in-laws. Oh, yeah. You have the in-laws. The noises in the city... the noises and smells in the city flowed around them. The noises and smells of the city flowed around them. People walked along. I'd recommend doing it. I am quite happy doing my writing. Angela pushed me to the writing. I pushed myself to stream it. Shogun's up and down. His sleep schedule's buggered, but he's still alive. And the sci-fi writing... It's more magical than sci-fi, but I'm trying my best at it. This is like a day of writing so far. Oh, don't want to go too far on the faith section yet. The noises and smells of the city flowed around them. More people. Fluff, don't leave me, I'll kill you. People. People what? What do people do in a city? What do people do in a city? Oh my god, what do people do in the city? You probably should, you might enjoy it. People may take the piss out of your writing, but also they give you occasionally good ideas. And if people steal it, that just means your ideas are worth something. And they're never going to write the same as what you did, even though they take most of what you wrote, because they are a different person. Like right now, this story is slowly spreading and growing. People live in haste everywhere. The noises and smells of the city flowed around them. Now they were away from the edge. I don't like that part there, away from the edge. The noises and smells of the city flowed around them, now they're away from the edge. People strolled and mingled about on the cobbled road. People strolled and mingled about on the cobbled road. I don't know. People strolled and mingled about on the cobbled road. Oh, Burley. I could write that, it'd make me sound really cynical. Maybe I should. Cynical is what I do. Like I say, I'm not expecting too many people to watch this continuously, because let's face it, I'm just having a write and people want more excitement. Okay, sod it. The emo version. Let's skip ahead to the faith section then. Which should actually be 704. This is 1 year before this section happened. Faith slammed her fist onto the console, the mana flickering underneath. The thrice damned knight was barely holding together after his journey so far south. Should it be south? We'll leave it south for now. The others weren't doing much better. The aging units needing repairs back at base. Only the newer Sentinel seemed fine. Metal plates shimmering with power. She sighed and opened the upper hatch, putting herself out behind their head. Her hands ran through her cropped hair, gazing through the murk. The idiots in command wanted to try and make contact with the Highborn again. They wanted to every few cycles, up to teams like hers to die, proving them wrong. Hell, they would never even find their wreckage until the next Doom team stumbled across them. Burley, to give you an idea of the world... Oh. The speculative fiction's terminology... Oh. Burley man, thank you for the bits, man. What kind of complaint, Lauren? And Burley man, imagine a world powered by magic instead of science fiction. You've got magic weaponry, magic science, magic... transport. I'm trying to build a world of magic. It's science fiction and fantasy combined into two. It's a difficult bugger to do, but I'm trying to get there. It's science and fantasy fiction. It's a right bugger to write, though. A right bugger to write. I might change it to fantasy in a bit, but yeah, it's trying to be a science fiction / fantasy mould, and it's a right bugger. But yeah, how you doing, Lauren? Welcome to the stream. It's been a while. Her hands ran through her cropped hair, gazing through the murk. The units in command wanted to try and make contact with the Highborn again. They wanted to every few cycles. And it was up to teams like hers to die, proving them wrong. Hell, they would never even find their wreckage until the next Doom team stumbled across them. Hell's hairy balls, why did I volunteer for this? She must have under her breath. Never volunteer for something they refuse to tell you first. Oh, too much to next part. She could just make out Keith hanging out his own hatch, drinking from a flask. Thank you for the hard time, I appreciate it. I know. That's why I'm trying to make things kind of realistic as much as possible, but we'll see how it goes. It's hard to build a real world. I'm literally doing it from scratch. It might change a lot in the next few days, but I'm trying to. We'll see how it goes. I literally only started writing yesterday, I'd like to say. Yeah, basically only started writing yesterday. So this here is just a day of writing. It's not much, but we're getting there. It followed her when she volunteered. Not even. You can make out Keith hanging out his own hatch, drinking from a hip flask. He had followed when she volunteered, not even grimacing. Mission was announced. Too bloody loyal, she thought. She just stayed with the men. Need more pie charts. Too bloody loyal, she thought. You should have stayed with the men, not die out here. Hey Ashkenon, welcome to the Twitch. Need more red tone. It occurs kind of a scale, Star Trek more sci-fi than Star Wars, but neither is hot. Yeah, I understand that completely. I can do me best, but it's going to be a right bugger to try. Too bloody loyal, she thought. You should have stayed with the men, not die out here. Some godforsaken quest. Too bloody loyal, she thought. You should have stayed with the men, not die out here for some godforsaken quest. The Lost Lands. I don't think I've actually seen that or heard of that. Wonder View Forever. I have to admit, I'll read hard sci-fi, speculative sci-fi, fantasy, whatever. I'll read a lot of things. Although too heavy into the science fiction, a little bit too much for me. Like, what was that series I was reading? God, I can't remember now. There was one which was very heavy into that. And it was a bit too deep for me, if it makes sense. You can just make out Keith hanging out his own hatch, swinging from a hip flask. He had followed her. Oh yeah, also Burley loves that kind of thing. Burley absolutely loves that kind of thing. Too bloody loyal, she thought. You should have stayed with the men, not die out here for some godforsaken quest to reconnect the Lost Lands. She glanced over at the Sentinel. It's hulking, its huge bulk. Looking down near some skinny trees. Talking bulk hunkered down near some, I don't know, decrepit, withered trees? Let's go withered for now. I do a problem then read a chapter. It's possibly the best night of homework I've had in my life. Excellent. Seriously, why can't I change the writing to darker? Uh-oh. Oh! Okay, let's do this so you can actually read it then. There we go. Can't change the writing colour, but I can make it more visible, I guess. They were designed for heavy combat, not quick. They were designed for heavy combat, not quickly, or quick movement. Yeah, I know, that's the problem. The chat's actually been there the entire time, but you can't change the writing to dark, so yeah, that's what I've had to do. She glanced over the Sentinel. Its heavy bulk hunkered down near some of the trees. They're designed for heavy combat, not quick movement. Slowed them down considerably. So is this for an event like NaNoWriMo, an old project want to finish, some tripe just to get back in the swing of things, or what? Basically, I've always wanted to write something like this, and I actually have a huge amount of unfinished writing. I thought, why the hell not write something new and combine everything together? I've always wanted to combine magic and science fiction. I always wanted to write a mecha series. So I'm writing magic, machines, and magic combat in a science-y fiction kind of world. So I'm basically trying to write something entirely new. An actual new story series. But we'll see how well it goes. It's not going the best. It's taking a long time to do it too. It's very hard to envision a new world. I am afraid I am not familiar with that name. It does not bounce off my internal radar. Then again, the books he's written sound familiar, but he does not. Very weird. Roger Zelazny, the Lord of Light. This is familiar. Have I read that? The Chronicles of Amber? Chronicles of Amber, that sounds familiar. I'll be honest, I think I've read his stuff, but I can't for the life of me remember too much. I've not read the most stuff in the past while, so a little bit behind on things. Let's not have that up, that actually has too much information on it. I think I've probably read him then. She goes over the Sentinel, its huge bulk hunkered down near some withered trees. They were designed for heavy combat, not quick movement. Slowed them considerably. They had to. Two of them were with the group. The second had stayed behind with the skiff. they have a skiff, they wouldn't matter how fast they move. Oh, I need to have them some kind of transport which went down. They give them a skiff, it doesn't matter how fast the bloody Sentinels go. But I need the Sentinels to be the slowing factor. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, not quick movement, and it had slowed them considerably. Yeah, there'd be a pause of breath there. Okay. She glanced over at the Sentinel. Its huge bulk hunkered down near some withered trees. Oh my, come on. I'm writing my own glossary now so I can actually come back. Welcome, Kritar. How are you, man? It's been a while. Welcome back. What's wrong? Basic mana convert, pulls in ambient mana, converts it into welcome back, Valaki. Basic mana converter pulls an ambient mana and converts it into more powerful ether. Skiff. I don't never like the word skiff. Basic mana transporter hovers using ether engines. Hovers using ether engines. Able transport 6 mech. Oh, hello, Fluffy. Skiff. Basic mana transporter hovers using ether engines. Able to transport 6. I don't know. This is mainly for me so I can actually go back and look at stuff. Yeah, mana is within the very air itself. Everyone has the ability to use it, but to differing levels of ability. This is a science fiction fantasy story about a world covered in perpetual fog, where the dead walk and gateways to other worlds are opened and evil beasts have taken over the world. This is a story about different people within that world trying to survive and live in a world saying world a lot because I'm not sure how to explain it. In a world of basic unending horror. Yeah, shit hit the fan. There you go, the very beginning, the Dawn Fog. A tale of survival and magic in a world of perpetual fog. Fog covers most of the known world since the fallen god incident. Brings back the dead. Mutates. Covers most of the world since the fallen god incident.
On the dot.
Wait, what? My music did an advert. My music did an advert. Mutates all within. I don't know. Knights should be basic man and mechanized infantry. Knights should be the class of them. Should be the entire line. Yeah, it's difficult to make your own stuff up, isn't it? Tell you what though, yeah, I'll read the beginning of it to you. Tell me what you think. Because those who are here now haven't actually heard the beginning. Things had been going fine, Strom thought to himself as he frantically tried to restore his machine. Things always went fine until you left the safety of the Great Wards. He focused, pulling mana from the air and into his system. Channeling it to his army, he watched it glow before forcing it into the activation crystal. Lights winked on overhead as he powered up the engine, the Ethereum reactor humming to life. The lookout at the hatch had yet to give a warning, so he carried on activating his war machine. Activating twice! Ah, that's annoying. Displays blurred before showing the world ahead, grey and lifeless in the dawn. He could vaguely make out the hunched shapes of the rest of the team nearby, hunkered down where they could to avoid detection. Only the light blue glow under their helmets gave them away, or the grinding noises of the armour moving. Not a big fan of this, to be fair, at the moment. The chat overlay covering the text. Yeah, not sure what to do with this. I can't get it right. It's too weird. How about there? That works. I occasionally write, I just don't do it too often. It's been actually quite a long time since I last started writing, so I'm trying to get back into it. His spotter's heavy backpack crunched into the hatch as he moved to get a better look, the sound echoing heavily in the almost silence. He caught his breath, hoping that nothing had heard, but it was in vain. He caught his breath, hoping nothing. Moving the text page. I guess it actually matters a black dent on it, doesn't it? You should do it. You're making me do it. I miss my spoon. I miss my spoon. I wouldn't say I'm that good at writing. Just reading this stuff here, you can tell I'm not the best at it. I'm passable at a push. This is literally day 2. And I hate it. By the way, can you actually read what's on the writing, by the way, if I leave it in place for a bit, or do you need me to talk about it? I don't know. Bit tedious, eh? I don't know. What am I doing? I need to do more about Skur's section. Faith shouldn't be in yet. Yeah, this shouldn't be in yet, this section, Faith. Strom falls at the beginning of the map, at the beginning of the book, to show what the world is like. Skur exists as the antagonist. Lauren, I was actually thinking of doing Distant World Universe as a brand new series, and I still might. Distant World Universe might become a series of like 400. The noise and... The noise and smell, so let's see. Strom falls at the beginning to introduce the world of fog and the mechanised infantry. Skur is there to show what the Highborn feel. Faith is there to show what the Forgotten feel. Skur lives in a city above, with its scavengers and its guards, and its sky ships. basically, I'm also going through my head how to actually write the world. I'm literally trying to build a world in my head as well, so it's a bit awkward. Make them words pretty, like. Give a little bit of makeup. I understand. This is difficult for me, because I don't generally show off my writing. Right. I've made a skiff 6 nights. I've made a skiff 6 nights. If I'm saying the Sentinel's heavier, would it be 4 nights in a Sentinel? Would a Sentinel be equal to 2 nights? Would it move slower for the added weight? Because it carries 6 Sentinels. 2 of them are with the group, second stay behind the skiff after it. So it's after its engine developed a fault. Okay. No one saw anything. So, 1 Sentinel equals 2 nights on a skiff. So it brought 2 Sentinels and 4 nights. You also have to go a bit further ahead. In the gloom. Oh. Good night. What's always fun is trying the different factions. Yes! I'm trying to build a whole new faction-y thing. I'm like, ugh. Okay, solid. Let's move on to the next section. I can't figure it out. I can't... Yeah, okay. We're going to cut bits. We'll start slowly adding, so it's only the beginning. Twilight Marsh. The fog. The Gate of Angels, City of Latharist. You may see where this is going now. Their instructor cut an imposing figure in the light, fur-winged robe outlining the chainmail he wore. Twin swords hung at his belt, along with several different crystals and pouches slung over his chest. It works for now. Right. Before we get there... Right, before we get there, who can tell me why no sane person dares enter the fog? Besides those that seek wishes and those sworn to our defence. The creatures that live in the fog kill everything they find. The beasts are rabid. Extremely dangerous. Wait, what question? Did I ask a question? Sorry about that, I've already forgotten if I asked a question now. The creatures that live in the fog kill everything they find. Someone's a scourge left piped up. The beasts are rabid and extremely dangerous. Well, that's part of it, I guess. I might have asked a question. I think I've already forgotten. That's part of it, I guess. Anything else? His piercing eyes scan the group. It works for now. You have to come back and edit this though. His piercing eyes scanned the group. The dead don't stay dead? Enjoy your Distant Worlds game, Lon, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Fluff says Myrrh. The dead don't stay dead? Anything that falls comes back and gets warped by the fog into other things? Cat guessed aloud. Another part of it, but not the whole part. I don't know, I really don't know. Oh, my little cat. I don't know. Um. It's always fun to get killed by pirates. They know what they do. He's just having fun playing a game. Good old distant world universe, and the pirates bring madness and death in their wake. Don't they, little Fluffy? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do, little Fluffy. Oh, I don't know. This is harder than it looks. Sometimes a plotter. Depends on what you mean by plotter. I can plot people's death and downfall, but most of the time I don't plan anything in advance. It's always my problem. I don't plan anything in advance. It's a nightmare. Bloody nightmare. We can carry on with this. And I could do that. I used to do stuff like that, but then I branched out to like multiple different stories. I'm trying to keep it all in one bit so it follows a line, but yeah, I might end up doing that. I don't really know if I want to. It's a bit of a catch-22. I need to plot the plots. If I plot the plots, I might do other stuff. Oh, difficult, difficult, difficult. Okay, I know what I want them to do, but getting them to do that's a different matter. And nightmares wreathed in a horror wandered a fog, looking to feel their existence evermore. That's actually pretty good. Intriguing. Very intriguing. I want to yoink that in case I use it, but I don't know. We'll see. wonder if Bernie's dead. I know Red Tone is. This is difficult. I keep forgetting how difficult it is to write again. It's amazingly difficult to get back into writing. You're right, the fallen god fell. That's in the glossary right now. The fallen god incident. And the fallen god fell part would be this bit here. Little bits all over it, which I'm trying to sort out into a full story. But yeah, there's a little bit at the end where I am trying to, you know, work up on how the story should go and what things should connect to where. I guess that's the plot line, I guess. Got Strom, got Skur, got Faith, got Skur. There you go, little Kit Kat. Carry on being adorable. And yes, Red Tone, you're no longer there. Oh god, yes, because I don't actually have personalities yet. I can't write a conversation with a non-personality person. It's physically impossible. Yet here I am trying to do it. It drains you as much as it gives back to you when you draw power. Another part of it, but not the whole part. Mankind has never shied away from danger. Hell, the reason most people actually feel alive. Hell. Most people only truly feel alive when their life is on the line. No, the real reason is the fog itself. It pulls at your mana, at yourself. It drains you as much as it gives back to you when you draw from it, draw power from it. Oh, Ivan's gone. And if you die with it, and if you die within it, Another part, not the whole part, mankind's never shied away from danger. Hell, most people only truly feel alive when their eye was on the line. No, the real is of the fog itself. It pulls at your mana, at yourself. It drains you, which it gives back to you when you draw power from it. And if you die within it, it embraces. And if you die within it, embraces your. It embraces what power? That essence. As it escapes the body. And if you die within it, it embraces that power, that essence, as it escapes the body. And traps it. The dead don't walk because magic inhabits them. The dead walk. The dead walk because the fog won't let go of the host, let go of you, let go of them, let go of the people. Uses their mana again and again to inhabit bodies. Slave soldiers for Eterna. All Eternity. You become one with it. Inside the fog. Otherwise, you just seep back within it. You seep back and rise once more. That's the reason the world was abandoned. No one. Servitude. That's the reason scavs are all drunk whenever they come back. Fortunate living. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure I like that. I'm not sure I like that at all. That part's too dark. Oh, I'm not sure I like that at all. Oh, I lost a subscriber. Typical. Bloody typical. Can't keep in on these days on YouTube. Ah. I don't know. You can read everything I just wrote, Red Tone. What do you think? Angela, you're back. Tell me what you think of this section I just wrote here. Need an opinion on it. Thanks, Red Tone, you sod. I need to write more. I really do. I wonder where Burley went. Oh, I see why Cat's unhappy. The cat closed the bloody door on herself. Be back in a second. Can of Coke, I am back. Can of Coke. I think you need a specific word for the part of you that it pulls. Yeah, I don't want to say soul, I really don't, but I might have to. Ugh. Word for soul that's not soul. Shh, his back look lonely. Make something else. I don't know. And if you die, it embraces your shit. The shit that as it escapes the body and traps it. The dead don't walk because magic inhabits them. The dead walk because the fog won't let go of the shit. How's that? Does that defeat the whole point? The shit will never be let go. I know, I'm trying to think of something. Maybe your core, it pulls at your core. Maybe core. Volgachu! It's been a while. How are you, dear? How are you? Welcome to the stream of me writing but not writing because I'm incredibly terrible. But I'm doing me best. How are you? It's been so long. It's been months. Do, 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 do. Maybe I should go core. It pulls at your core. Yeah, core. Sod it. I'm doing okay. Mostly doing okay. I'm happy. I am a little bit tired and I'm very, very hungry, which means I'll be eating at some point. But otherwise, I am the fine. How has your holiday been? I assume you've had a holiday. Everyone else seems to. Apart from those with the flu and the Black Death. I'm hungry. I don't know. I knew it! I knew you had some kind of illness going on. Everyone does. Everyone's dying. The plague cometh for thee. The plague. The plague. The Gate of Angels. Then we have the Angel Road. Is it the Angel Path. The Fog. Okay. The Viewing Platform. The City of Latharis. Angel Path to Fog. Then we have the Gate of Angels, City of Latharis. Maybe I need it longer. These sections aren't long enough. But yeah, good to know you are still alive with the plague. And it's awesome to see you around here. It's been, yeah, it has been a long time. I keep saying that, but it has indeed been. Yeah, flesh them out. You start off by putting the bare bones of what you think should happen. Like, maybe the guy walks down a path. And then you flesh it out with, he's walking down the path with his best friend, thinking about the future and the times ahead. Stuff like that. I'm glad to be around. I'm not undead yet. There's still time. No one holds it against you that you're not undead yet, but there's still time. In this universe, Qatar, there are two living conditions. The cities upon the hills and the mountains above the fog. And the cities in their defensive domes below the fog. So one is vaguely okay, one is extremely deathy. Then we have this bit here, which is the gateway. Got the scavs. I don't know, I'm getting there. Yeah, I can understand that. A, B, C, D, E, there you go. Oh no! What did I turn on? Why is it deleting itself? What did I click? How do I stop that? Is it? Oh god, how do I change that? What did I do? What did I press? Oh god, how do I change that? How do I stop that? Song request is currently offline. I pressed the insert key. There we go, I pressed the insert key, yes. Also, thanks for telling me exactly as I figured it out from looking online. Thanks, Valk. Just slightly too slow by half a second. Literally half a second. Must have caught it instead of the backspace key. I don't know anymore. I'm doing my best. Okay, that's a good panic. Ha! Oh god, yeah, there's a few keys I outright refuse to go anywhere near of. Just in case. Like actually pressing Control A or Control A and then deleting. I hate Control A. Like, let's go. Oop! Don't push a button! Red tone. Why is bacon coming up a lot? Panic is meant to be random. There's like 15 different choices. Okay, so I've got these guys over here in the fog. That's 2 knights and a sentinel in the fog. One of the sentinels is currently with a skiff. And I've got these at the Gate of Angels at the city of Latharis. The Gate of Angels at the city of Latharis. Hey Dork Kitty, welcome to the stream! How are you doing? It's afternoon for you, as I say, it must be early. I can't think of anything to do right now. I like the word core, I know that. I like the word core. The dead don't stay dead. It's more like a necromancy story than anything else right now. I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with that. Oh my god, okay, well, glad you're doing okay, cat. Let's hide that bit just there. I bet you like my core of ore, my ore core. Not my ore core, my ore core. It was amazing. Okay. It was the first time any of them had come below the city to the gateway. A large marble fortress stood before it. Towers and walls carved in siege weapons pointing outward. Yeah, I can see why that'd be a bit weird. Doesn't make sense. Pushing through the ward itself was a huge metallic tunnel. The only way to safely pass through without being burnt to dust. See, I'm putting emphasis on that. No one else would. No one else would emphasise that stuff. No one talks like my inner person talks. The guards stood to attention along the gateway, dozens of them keeping a watchful eye on the great road ahead. Every 100 paces outside, every 100 paces a stone tower held an orb, the light illuminating and pushing back the fog. Scavengers and soldiers teamed the road, heading out on patrol or to search for ancient relics. It was amazing how many people actually braved the dark. Dortska. There seemed to be more people here than during Market Day. Market Day. And carried weird items from giant packs. Noted. It's not fan fiction, it's just fiction. I'm not writing this about any other place. This is a brand new world of my own design. I'm not, going to anyone else's. It's entirely my build. My world, my people, my universe. Or whatever the hell it is I'm making, I'm still not sure. It's taking freaking forever. How much music have I got left? Oh! My music officially ends in a couple of minutes, so maybe I'll end the stream in a couple of minutes. I was only going to go for a couple of hours. So yeah, I might actually end the stream in a very short time. My god, my music's nearly over. I don't go longer than 2 hours for my writing, because you go longer than that, you start burning out. And you don't want to burn out when you're writing. Oh! Don't worry, Redtone, I'll be writing again. Oh, Redtone, tomorrow is Project Zomboid. Will you be up at midnight for it? Next stream for this writing critter, or just the next stream in general? Oh, there's me spoon. I really should have got myself a new spoon. For the writing, I'm not too sure. Tomorrow might be, tomorrow I won't be... tomorrow I might stream this, actually. I'm not too sure. Sunday I won't be because I'll be drunk. I hope. But in all probability, Saturday, if not tomorrow. So looking at Saturday. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you guys for being with me for however long you guys have been with me. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 10 minutes, give or take, and my music has officially ended in about 20 seconds. So what I'm going to do is do something I haven't done in a while. For those on Twitch, I am going to do a raid, where we go into someone else's stream and give them the joy of viewers. Oh, there's the end of the music. Is anyone willing to raid with me? Well, actually a little bit more music. Oh, we've gone to the next 2 hours, volume 4. You take care, Critter. And I'll see you in the next one. But yeah, anyone on Twitch willing to raid with me? No? No one? Oh yeah, Valk's saying yes. Let's do this. Let's see if I remember the raid response. So, let me see if I remember it. I'm going to type in a thing and it should... Raid. So basically, let me see if my raid thing actually exists still. I'm going to type in raid. Let me see, raid. Edit. So, let me just type in the bit you're meant to be saying. And then I'm going to type it in, just to make sure you know. So we're going to be raiding... So we're raiding... Wait in the chat as I say the words fallen are coming for your souls. When I say that, you will respond reap, 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 along with whatever raid emote you have to hand. When I say the fallen are coming for your souls, you go reap, reap, reap. So let's see if this new raid thing which Twitch is involved does. Let's try it. Everyone ready? Let's do this. Has it done anything? Surely, shouldn't it come up with something? It should be like a raid thing which pops up at the top. Has it popped up? How does this new raid thing work? Oh well, if you can, go into that... Oh, it's /raid. There we go. Join me, my brethren. So if you don't want to raid, click cancel. Either way, I will see you there. Remember, it's reap, reap, reap. And I will see you in there. Take care, people, and have an awesome, awesome time. This is where he suddenly ends right now, isn't it?